Hello everyone, we are back again today with some more PlanetSide to play. I'm joined with Graham Hook to cast that amazing match that is going to oppose two teams and two servers actually. OP from Cobalt and VOON from Emerald. So Graham, how are you doing?
Oh man, is it Monday?
No. Nope, it's not.
Sixth Monday. It's sixth Monday, right? Or
Yeah.
second Friday?
Yeah, I do believe might be 7 Friday of the month. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't know anymore. Yeah.
It's like Monday, second Monday, third Monday, fourth Monday, fifth Monday, and then it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Which is also Monday.
We are kind of lost, unfortunately, in days, but we are not lost on PlanetSide, and we have two teams that, I just told from both servers. OP is actually a group of outfit from NC Cobalt, which is, I believe, Oryx, NMA, and Reapers. So they are quite large outfits on Cobalt. And as for VOON, they are V from Vindicators and Moon from Moonman, I do believe.
They're a lot of fun to play with and against, and it's definitely, they've got a lot of jacks of all trades, and then they also have some people who specialize, so it's an interesting matchup. We'll see who wins. I don't know the comparison well enough to compare them, but I'm sure there's somebody who has it on paper that one is better stats than the other.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the roster because it hasn't been provided by nor the teams nor the organization. So what we can only say is that we are going to play on Ferrum Station to Mani Biolab lane, and it is quite a small lane to be played on.
Organizations overrated? Oh, I realize I don't have I have to turn my mic on so that, because I think people could just hear you. I'm streaming to my personal channel in case something bad happens. Hopefully it won't, and you guys can continue watching on PSB. I'm actually, I don't know about you, but I'm watching these guys do their thing.
Yeah, it's just not really a big mistakes to not have any roster. I do for a fact, playing Cobalt, playing on NC, I do know quite a bit of Oryx, anime, a bit less. I would say Reaper is a quite I would say the big Zerg fit, but Reapers do exist from quite a long time. So yeah, they are quite a very I would tend to say a fossil from Cobalt. They always been there, always been huge in numbers, and they were actually second in the outfit war, and they lost their second place match by a really small margin. So I'm really looking forward to see them play. They will be playing TR. And it seems that for now we are going to go with not that heavy air and with some couple of vehicles on the side of the TR. As for the VS, they are all parked right at the limit of the hex, and they seems to go for more drop-oriented composition with some galaxies and some scythe as well to control the air.
I feel like I'm in the wrong place. This is the...
We're all playing on Izamir.
Oh, that explains
on Aura Material
everything.
Lab.
I was looking at the previous match.
That's okay.
Which was at Mulak Tech Plant, so that was my bad.
Oh yeah, no, that was not the lane.
1 minute matchup, 1 minute.
Yeah, with 1 minute, what the teams needs to do is to control that Aura Material Lab point, to capture it, and then try to go forward on the lane. For the TR, they will try to attack Mani Lake Satellite, and for the VS, they will try to go for fresh geothermal. And the tricky thing is that the base in the middle is neutral, so there is no defender. You can steal the timer. So what really matters on that first base is not really who cap the base first, but more importantly, who stay alive on the point last when the timer, the cap timer hits 0.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match start.
And there we go. We are live. A lot of Mossies up in the sky for OP, and quite a lot of Saita as well. So we will finally have an air battle here for the beginning of the match. We have some galaxies which might drop right onto the point. So the capture seems should be going for VS first. No drop so far, but the point is definitely VS.
Yeah, they definitely got there faster. I'm surprised at how many tanks there are just set up specifically to take out. These are all AV tanks. They're set up with gatekeepers. Although I do see a couple of Burster Maxes sort of nestled in the rocks over here behind the ammo tower. So they mean it. It's just a question of who's going to get on point first, because that's what matters.
Yeah, so far it has been the VS on the
points with vehicles now, but not me. It's kind of silly.
Yeah, so far it's been the VS on the point with a few maxes. The story here is just I do like the fact that TR really are going slow. They are respecting the fact that there is Mag Rider right on the hill. They can't really go further without being taken out from those Mag Riders. So they really need to secure a spawn next to the triple stack, next to the banana building, and with that spawn they will try and harass the VS that are onto the point, because so far it has been quite free for the VS right onto the point, and the good defense has been set up. Few maxes, I do see 2 with couple of infantry.
I don't know if you see this. The TR has a spotter by the front door at the bottom of the recovery fat stair, a crouched, cloaked infiltrator, and the guys just keep running. The VOON guys keep running past him, and I don't know if he's just spotting or if he's waiting to take the point should the group move up to keep the base from capping.
I do think that he's only here for spotting purposes, which you have to know. You're not really, as TR, you're not really inside the building, so you have to know what technically has the enemy. Do you need to make a push relatively early to take down a lot of VS, or if there are only 5, are you kind of safe to push by the 1 minute mark and try to wipe out all the VS?
Well, he's got his knife out. I'm waiting for him to start knifing people, because that's the most annoying thing to have happen to you in a small space.
Yes. Finally, a spawn secured from the TR, and we will have the air maxes switching from anti-infantry.
Alright, so they're in this double stack. Do you think they're going to storm up that small stair? Because that's quite a choke point.
Yeah. We've been spotted, though, on the side of the VS. Lonely Max, Pounder Max, very efficient against infantry, vehicle, and whatever. Some might say it's a bit broken, but yes, so far the TR are able to push. This is a 3 max setup versus only 2. Big C4, unable to get any kill on the TR side. Finally get some kills here and there with a sneaky Bashar light assault coming in, but that's a clean wipe from the TR on smooth stairs.
That Max isn't going to have a good time.
Yeah.
He's waiting for some backup though. We've got, where's this infantry? I see infantry. Yeah, so small stairs got wiped as well. Oh, that poor last guy. Bye.
That's 1 minute remaining. We don't have any medics around for the VS, unfortunately. We have a beacon up, so reinforcement might coming in. The fact is that there is not a lot of people, and I'm a bit afraid that a big max push coming from the bridges are going to wipe everyone, and it is only 30 seconds remaining on the timer.
Well. So they were doing a real pincher maneuver, old school, right?
Yeah, and that might have been the best play so far from the TR, resecuring the base with only 16 seconds remaining. And yeah, perfect play.
Alright, well let's see what how VOON's gonna react, because they don't have any spawns that I noticed.
And we have already someone for the back cap for the TR. He's quite sneaky. Might have been the little spotter you spotted on the bottom of the big stairs, but yeah, so far hasn't made the move to go for the back cap, even though the point is secure on Horror Material Lab. There we go, the back cap has started on Money Lake. We don't have any spawn option though, which might take a time to get some spawn option up and running for the TR, but I don't see a lot of contests from the vehicle. I would have expect some mag riders up in the hill to take down any vehicle trying to go on to Money Lake Satellite. A very poor Thunder placement from the VS will not really guarantee the fact that they will be able to contest that base, and in fact the Sandy will get destroyed.
Oh, that's rough. I'm watching VOON get slaughtered on point here at Money Lake. Goodbye.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that last max might survive. Alright, they had a medic, but no engineer just yet for that max. So VOON is going with medic balling, which is a
we
very
do have an
strategy.
NG. Yeah, we finally do have an NG. The back cap attempt has been denied. But in the meantime, we are trying to attack with some Thunder. Unfortunately for the TR, there was some migrator right onto the road, and for the Thunder got taken down.
That Thunder's having... I've got a overpop Thunder that looks like it's having a bad time. If he could get that deployed though, that would mean good stuff for his team. Let's go. Alright, the air battle is picking back up. Or maybe it was raging and I just wasn't paying attention. But I'm seeing lots of...
It was raging at the beginning, but the air has been a bit quieter, I would say, when the real time went on onto our material lab. So yeah, they will need to restart the action here for Moses so far.
Well, they've got some buses moving up for the VS or for the TR, and I see the VS trying to take them out, particularly that cloak or the cloaker Thunder, right? Because that one's the hardest one to get rid of once you've got it in there.
Yeah, the fact is that if the cloak Thunder deploy at a really unexpected location, it will be really hard to re-spot it. And so far, the VS have done a good job denying spawn option for the TR, at least onto Money Lake Satellite. For Aura, it was a bit hard. I would say that the lane is not really balanced in some way or another, at least for the opening. It's a lot more favorable for the team that is coming from the home station. And right now, we finally have a Sandy player in place right into the garage. And but it could be destroyed really, really easily. There is a mag rider around against a lone lightning, and yeah, should be take it down but very quickly.
I've also got some infantry from TR straggling in. Not a whole lot of VOON hanging out on point with the VS. These are just minor skirmishes. I know the real prize here is to try and get Aurora Material Labs resecured.
Yeah, we do have... Yeah, we had a back cap attempt. We have some people around on Aurora Material Lab. One beacon is still alive right onto the roof. There was one AV sitting onto the point, capturing the point. Unfortunately, will be taken down. But it is kind of a trade, so yeah, Aurora Material Lab is secured for now. But watch out for the beacons, because they are coming in.
Alright, they have left, VS has left some personnel at Money Lake, but it looks like the bulk of the push is going to be at Aurora Materials Lab. So I'm going to move back over there and check it out.
We have at least like a big fire team here, right?
Yeah, they're waiting
onto
on
the
the roof to go down. I see it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the excitement!
Yeah, they are trying to push from double doors. One heavy still managed to push inside, but will face a max. Unfortunately, the Ponders was too strong for that heavy, and that push will be denied. That will be 3-4-0. And I do, yeah, the beacon will be taken down, unfortunately, for VS.
Yeah, I was hoping for a pincer maneuver because that was what seemed to set VS off balance in the beginning. In terms of having to fight from both sides, because going up that narrow stair can be really tough. But because people were coming in from bridge as well, that's what did it.
The max on Mani Lake Satellite is so low right onto the point. Might be like only one bullet into the body and he's dead, basically. But yes, so far, VS still in control of Mani Lake Satellite. The attack attempt has been denied.
We've got infantry here at Mani Lake.
Yeah, but
too few. Trying to bait them out.
Yeah, too few infantry. There is a big flank coming from above the mountain, and yeah.
So it looks like TR is trying to bait the VS to the door, get a read on how many people are actually on the point, and they've read it correctly and taken it. Oh, nope.
Push the max, finally.
They're doing a lot with a little here. I'm impressed.
Oh yes, yeah. The fact that they have a big ball of medics, that's around 3 to 4 medics with an NG to repair the max full HP. You don't really need that much heavier sitting onto the floor, so you can dedicate those resources right onto Aurora Material Labs. So that's really well played for the VS to really have a good stronghold onto Mani Lake and be on the aggression on Aurora Material Lab. They do have the vehicle control. They even have a Thunder deployed next to the banana building. So that's really well played from the VS.
Well, they're doing really well holding the buildings that they have, but it's not going to be very exciting if nobody pushes up. So yeah. I'm cheering for murder, 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 murder.
Yeah, at some point you have to move. It's like basically TR, they are at one point in order to really secure that that victory, at least for round 1, you would like to go to Mani Lake Satellite. The fact is, with that Thunder deployed, you can't really go into action.
Oh, there goes the bus. C4 ferries engage. What a bummer.
Yeah, you asked for murder. I think the murder has been provided, unfortunately, for the VS, and they are on the receiving end.
It's true, so I'm going to head back over to Mani Lake. We still have this mag rider, a couple mag riders making trouble up on this hill, making it hard for the TR to move buses up. So without decent spawns, they're going to have a bad time. And the VS has enough air that it's going to be hard to take Valkyries or other aircraft.
Yeah.
I mean, holding the line is a strategy. You only have to get the one base.
I'm quite confused that we don't see any Valk or whatever. We should pay more attention to the air battle, because so far it looks like the TR are quite in bad shape in terms of air. They are almost repushed to their home base, so it is quite difficult to see the TR having some Valkyries up and running onto the field. And the lonely Valkyrie that we can see is the Valkyrie from the VS, and we do know from the TR side that Striker Valks are quite powerful.
Yeah, VOON definitely is controlling the air game, and I don't see them pulling any more tanks. Of course, that's a big expenditure of time and energy, because I don't think they could pull at the base, according to the rules. And controlling the air, I mean, this ground pound is going to make a big difference, especially since they're probably going to throw a beacon down right about now from the VS.
Big gal drop from the VS right onto our Material Lab. No max, which is quite strange. You would, like, technically, in order to spare nanites, you would tend to, if you are dropping without max, you would take some Valkyries.
Alright, they've deployed Dildar, but there's not a whole lot of ways to assess how many people are inside just with that, especially since some of them are maxes.
Yes,
we've got TR both in recovery and in the server room here, waiting for that influx of VS, whether they decide to come up the skinny stair or through the bridge room.
Yeah, a lot of TR right inside the points. Might explain why the VS are so cautious to really attack. They have the control of the air. They can't really be punished. So that's good news for the VS. They can really afford the fact they can wait as well. They are playing with a 15-minute timer, and that's quite okay to just wait and be patient, have some spawn option. But the fact is that I can't see a Sunderer from the VS side, and you can't really attack that base and capture that base without a Sunderer.
Alright, they're breaching bridge, but that was not a successful breach. VS just got annihilated.
Res grenades.
We have a res grenade out. Let's see if the zombies fare any better. Nope. They just don't have enough HP. If it was... Maybe if they had an HP grenade as well, but... Well, dang. And then that last infiltrator, who was probably the one intended to put down a beacon, should this other beacon be destroyed. So now we've got VS gathering up on the banana building. I would love to see some help from the air. I mean, we have so much of it right now. Yeah. And they do seem to be controlling it. If they were firing some PPA through those double doors,
40 minutes remaining. 40 minutes.
You don't really have it. You could technically fire some PPA. The fact is, you don't have a great angle. You might get into below the grid to really have that great firing angle. But I do agree with you. Some air supports coming from the thighs would be great, and definitely a huge asset to have. Another big drop coming in from VS, and they might go for that double flank attack from big stairs, from small stairs, as well from double doors.
Oh, that's rough. They've got an AI turret set up at the top of the stairs along with a Max, so we've got the NG Max combo from the TR. Oh, they're just letting them use it as a choke point.
Yeah.
Come on,
only
VS.
3. There are
There's
only
no
3 on small stairs.
VS. Take advantage of that, right? Just kidding. I'm not a salty veteran, Nathan.
No, but I do think that here, if the scores stay on 1-1 at the end of the first round, that's definitely playing VS game. Because when they will start from the home station, they will have an easier time capping our material lab, then switching to the play onto Manilake satellites. Here we finally breached out onto the point. Only the masks were remaining. Last res grenade coming from the TR, but shouldn't really be any kind of useful. So VS finally in control, but have they been back capped? Yes, it is.
Well, they really need that air over at Manny Lake to make sure that the spawn is suppressed, and they should have been doing it in a raw materials lab, but here we are.
Yeah, the back cap attempt has been clean, but unfortunately it will just allow the TR to coming strong, and that's a big push coming from the big stairs. No max so far from both sides, so that's a good news for either team. So it's a really plain field here in terms of opportunity to repush, but it seems like the TR might get a slight edge because they have the spawn so close.
Yeah, oh man, if they had just had one scythe making sure, pounding with the PPA, suppressing the spawn. But obviously I have one of the best seats in the house, so it's easy for me to play armchair commander.
Yes, it is another Galaxy attempt to ram, big ram, epic ram from both galaxies. Everyone dead.
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
They're just napping. They'll be dead.
That was worth it. That was definitely worth it from the TR. Yes, you kind of lose a gal. You were going to lose the gal anyway. It's not like you have air control. no vehicle control, so very well played here by the TR. Definitely worth it, denying that gal. If there was maxes up in that gal for the VS, definitely worth it for the TR to ram it.
Alright, so the TR has redistributed themselves on that A point over at Aurora Materials Lab. I want to see what's going on at the next base, if they've got that lonely infiltrator doing fun things.
Yeah, so far I'm not sure there. Yeah, no TR on Many Lake Satellite, so that's kind of wasted population from the VS, but they have to stay on the edge, so no sneak back cap attempt go through. Unfortunately, that would be really might be the end of the attack from VS onto Aura Material Lab if the back cap go through. One harasser finally in the base. Cobalt harasser. First amount of cheese here coming from VOON.
Oh, I do love the Cobalt harasser though. Oh, they got it in the base. Well played.
Yeah. It's quite isolated, well, has been spotted, so I'm not sure about the value. Maybe it is a bit early or too late to take to have that harasser up in the base, so I'm really afraid that the harasser just goes for nothing and get destroyed.
Good distractions are good though.
Yeah. But the fact you need to work with that distraction.
Yeah, exactly. There has to be coordination. I mean, I believe in Vindicators and Moonfair. Their ability to coordinate. It's just a question of, at this point, timing.
What is going on onto Many Lake Satellite? Yes, we do have some TR right onto the point. Unfortunately, story might look like it's going to repeat itself. We do have a res grenade coming right onto the point. Unfortunately, will get cleaned up by the VS, and yeah, there it is. Once again, a 12-second cap onto Many Lake Satellite. Nothing goes beyond that 30-second timer onto Many Lake Satellite, unfortunately for the TR. And yeah, the fact is they are only pushing with a beacon, so it is really difficult to sustain a fight with a lonely beacon.
The VOON sovereignty has taken the facility.
I gotta say, this is very interesting. That I expected more engagement, but as you say, it's hard to sustain the fight with using only beacons. And VS really has controlled the air, which is controlling the ground, so they're kind of stuck.
Yeah, I think maybe the game plan here for the TR is just, okay, we can't quite push with vehicle because we don't have the control. There is still those two mic riders that are just a pain in the ass for the TR. And they can't really push onto Many Lake Satellite, so with those back cap attempts, they're just trying to burn a bit of the timer of the round, because now we are only 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, and we are looking to a cap timer on Aurora Material Lab, which is 4 minutes. So yeah, not a lot of ways to lose the point for
they might be able to pull it off. Let's see what happens. Because they've entrenched themselves, but do they have a spawn?
They do have a spawn next to the banana building. Yes, they do have that Thunderer. Unfortunately, that's not a Cloak Thunderer. That's a blockade. So yeah, we'll stay alive a bit longer compared to maybe a deploy Thunderer, but will be spotted from really far. And a lone lightning from Frere Geothermal could definitely take down that Thunderer from afar.
Well, the VS Air is doing a pretty good job of suppressing the spawn right now.
Yeah. And finally, they have listened to you.
Oh, there we go. We've got TR pouring into recovery, and now they're gonna... Oh, was that a C4? Alright, they're chucking grenades into the recovery to try and kill the TR. But I don't think it's gonna last very long if they can't get more bodies on the point for the VS.
Yeah, they have few medics, but I believe that they run dry on res grenade, unfortunately, and there is too much bodies bodies onto the point to really res manually, and that will be a clean wipe from the TR with some maxes here. The double Ponder, double Mercy max, definitely helping to repush.
They were definitely relying on the air for the VS to suppress the spawn, and it just didn't happen. Maybe they're depending on
some maxes from VS.
They've already resecured, damn.
And now, if VS were to cap the point right now, they will have 3 minutes and 30 seconds time bank in order to refinish that timer, which is not a lot, and which is also very close to the round timer. So I'm really afraid that there is no room for mistakes here for VS if they were to cap right now, which is not really likely because there is too much TR right onto the point, and also too much cheese, I would say, with some maxes.
Oh, this is aggravating my lactose intolerance. It's a good fight, though.
Yeah, coming from smooth stairs.
Engineers. Let's see if they take care of those zombies. The zombies are waiting. Oh, that's the end of it.
30 seconds to really secure that base for the TR. They have to hold for 30 seconds. One max is down to a big explosion. The Mercy max from the TR is down on the big stairs. VS finally able to push right onto the point. 11 seconds to really be able to cap that base. Will they be able to flip the point? No! They will be back capped, and they are stuck here wondering what the hell is going on. And yes, suddenly, somehow, the VS are not able to cap or a material lap. The back cap is going through over Mani Lake Satellite, and that galaxy is heading toward the point. The Gal drop has been denied. One beacon is alive on Mani Lake Satellite. Everyone redeploy onto Mani Lake Satellite from both factions. One final team fight. Mani Lake Satellite is capable for the TR. It would be insane for the TR to go to cap that base. Will be really difficult because they have to put one Thunder onto the base, and so far they haven't been able to do so.
Oh wow. I didn't expect it, but I like it.
Yeah. I'm liking it for the first round because it is exciting.
3 minutes
that's a bit of Kobold biases. For the TR perspective, I don't really like it for the rest of the round. For the second round is going to be really hard for the TR because they will not have the easiest side. So yeah, I'm quite afraid for the TR. They might lose. They might get tied 1-1 with a cap from VS on second round, but I'm a bit afraid that since VS has the control of the vehicle so far in the match and the control of the air, a cap from the VS onto Mani Lake Satellite with some Thunderers alive is definitely doable. But so far, right now onto Mani Lake Satellite, we are still alive with less than 2 minutes in the timer onto Mani Lake Satellite. A lot of resources have been invested onto Mani Lake Satellite to get that real defense. Unfortunately, it seems that for the TR there will be too much VS coming inside the V-shaped building, and that will be the cleanup. Mani Lake Satellite is not capable anymore, unfortunately, for the TR.
Well, dang. Alright, let's see what's going on over here, the raw materials. I don't see any spawns yet for the VS. So we may be running as fast as we can just to stay in one spot as far as these teams are concerned.
Yeah. Finally, we do have some Mosses up and running over Mani Lake Satellite, so do we have a bit of a shift in the air battle? So I'm not quite sure. We didn't really follow the air battle that much.
Well, look, having air control didn't do as much for Vindicators on Moon as we would have expected.
Yes, indeed.
And part of that is the layout of these bases.
Yeah, it is really difficult for Since I do think that not much value have been found from the air onto the infantry from the VS, is because the defender of Aurora Material Lab have been alive all day inside the building, so there is no way PPA can do damage from those double doors. But watching the first round, what could you improve from both teams to really get that next base that is kind of missing right there?
Oh man, suppressing the spawn was so crucial, and they didn't get that support from the air that they really needed. Because Aurora Materials Lab, there is some cover, but there are also some really nice open spaces for those entrances in terms of being able to cover them.
5.
And the
3, 2.
The tanks
1,
also could have done that job for the VS. And frustrating those efforts would have been something that the TR would have had to have their own air, as far as I'm concerned, because they didn't pull them until late, and it made a difference, but it was already end of match.
Please, everybody redeploy to another continent.
Yeah, because everyone, we are going to swap the warp gate here in order to reset the lane, and yeah, that was kind of a really hard-fought match, to be honest. OP and VOON, they are really well balanced in terms of infantry. I might
repeat,
give a
if
bit of an edge to OP.
Please redeploy out to any other continent.
As for VOON, Vindicators, and Moon, we have definitely the advantage right onto the vehicle play, and I would say as well on the air play, because they had Valkyries, Scythe up and running every time. So yeah, but in the end you do cap base with infantry, and if your infantry is not on point against the other infantry, that's going to be really difficult. But the logistic is here for the VS. They are a bit missing on that infantry side.
Yeah, and I'm trying to decide what really was the clincher, whether it was the infantry's ability to make the wipe, because the medic ball that the VS had was very effective. And they both sides used their maxes very effectively, and I have to wonder if it really was a question purely of logistics.
Yeah, I'm really wondering why the VS didn't really aggress the TR, because we only saw a couple of Thunders, like maybe 2 to 3 Thunders deployed onto Aurora Material Lab, and for a very long time there was 2 Mag Riders running around that base, and but no Thunders behind it, no Thunders providing spawn options. And Thunders are relatively free, 200 nanites, that's kind of cheap compared to a Mag Rider, and if your Mag Rider can stay alive, it will be able to protect that Thunder. So yeah, it seems like from the point where TR capped our Material Lab, both teams went on a defensive state, where a lot of resources were from the VS went to defend the back cap attempt onto Mani Lake satellite, and from the TR they were just sitting onto the point onto Aurora Material Lab, knowing that there was no way they could pass through the wall of Mag Rider.
Oh yeah. I wonder if this is sort of a reflection of live play, because it is easier to take bases when in the chaos of live play with just a beacon, and that may be what's holding people back.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I do feel like I'm not sure about VOON. I do have some certainty about Oryx and MA Reapers, which form OP. They have quite a lot of veterans, not really in terms of lane smashes, but in terms of competitive, in terms of being good on live play. For example, I spotted Bashar from Reaper running around, and he's quite a talented player, to be honest. An infantry guy.
You can now join your home base. You can now join your home base.
But yeah, we are a bit lacking that maybe that veteran side on the vehicle play on the TR, whereas there is that veteran play from the VS on the vehicle side, but maybe a bit less in terms of infantry play.
Oh, it's always going to be some, isn't it? All right,
Yeah.
so we're gearing up for the start of the second half.
Yes. And yeah, second half. Let's have a bit of a look, a bit more onto the lane. But coming straight from that road, you have an easy access to the triple stack building and to the banana coming from the home station, and it's an easy way to put spawn options. So you have to take your time, and that was the opening from the TR, where they took their time, slow push with some Prowler, some Sunderer. And as soon as they deployed the Sunderer, they were like, okay, we know that there is only 5 guys onto the point, because we didn't really contest that much, and we have someone spotting for us. And yeah, and so it was really easy for them to assert the situation and say, okay, we can push by the 1 minute mark on the timer. So really well played, a slow push. But
guys, please stay in your
it
home
is
base.
what we need to see, a slow
home
push, coordinate
base.
push around that 1 minute and a half minute mark onto the timer. So for the VS, that will be easy to get vehicles and spawn options. For the TR, that's going to be a lot harder to get those vehicles up and running in a interesting place, so they can be effective onto the battlefield. And unfortunately, coming from behind the hill, it's not really easy to go onto the banana building, because you have all those angles that do contest you, and yeah, it will be a lot harder for the TR to capture that base, or at least to have secure spawn options.
All right, so everybody's readying up.
Yeah.
I probably should not be displaying the VS forces on my
2 minutes
screen,
to second round starts. 2 minutes to second round starts.
because my delay is only 3 minutes.
That's alright. If it is 3 minutes, that's 2 minutes before the match starts, and the match start will be before we hit the composition. So yeah, we are
I'm
going
paranoid, what can I say?
with a hair heavy composition on the side of VS. Not really different compared to what we had at the beginning of the first round. We still have the double galaxy setup. We still have the solo lib and the old scythe. There is a lonely.
I see 4 mosquitoes. I don't know how many more. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got some harassers. My favorite vehicle in this game.
I'm not really into vehicle.
Nerd.
Yeah, I'm more into the infantry side. But yeah, a lot of vehicles.
What I love about this game, though, is that you have all of these options depending on what your playstyle is or what kind of mood you're in. And yeah, lately I've been doing a lot of infantry, and my vehicle friends have been calling me nerd in whispers.
1 minute to second round starts. 1 minute.
I miss their bad jokes.
I'm a bit afraid about the vehicle ball of the TR. They are air heavy, and yeah, maybe just to take the air at the very early into the round, and therefore those Moses are also equipped with anti-ground options.
Well, the tanks that I'm seeing for the VS are equipped with air top and AA top guns, so they're anticipating a slight change in strategy.
20.
I see walkers, and I see the other one.
Yeah, they do expect a lot of air.
Well, right now I see 7 Mozzies.
10.
There's more than that, actually.
5, 4, 3.
So I see a
2,
dozen Aussies. They've got a
1.
whole squad
Second
dedicated
round
to
start,
that. So
second round
maybe
start.
VS wasn't totally off in anticipating a lot of AA.
There we go. Small lane. Everyone is already right onto the base. So Mosi dropped here just to get the cap up and running, or maybe at least the beacon. And yes, we do have finally that Galdrop with some maxes. This time anti-infantry maxes. We are allowed to get those right from the get-go. And we do have finally that small and coordinated push. 2 Cloaks under from the TR, but they are coming from a quite obvious angle, unfortunately.
Well, I'm not seeing anybody coming in from the not so obvious angles, so I guess we're expecting people from Banana for the TR.
Yeah.
And it's not happening yet. They're grouping up. Oh, well, they're busy with the air.
Yeah,
So the air
we
is
are
doing
quite
its job
busy
in
up
terms
in
of
the
trying to
air,
control it.
but it seems like the Thais might have the upper hand here. They go straight for that pebble of TR. Yeah, Mosi's all going down right, left, and center.
Well, we have to remember that the strategy last time was to wait until the last moment to take the cap, because they're relying on interdiction in that first half of the match.
And I'm quite stuck into my upscam. What the hell?
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes. So for anybody
Yeah,
just tuning
with
in,
the ceiling.
I am streaming on my personal channel. It's Graham Hook spelled like I spell it. Probably people don't know that. My bad.
Yeah, I will need to redeploy, but so far the control of the base is going to the VS. Has been the case since on the first round as well, so I'm not really worried for the TR. But the thing is, I'm most worried because they don't have any spawn option up and running. Oh, maybe they have. Yeah, they do have
I
one
see
Cloak
one
Thunderer,
spot even.
but very, very obviously placed.
No, it's not cloaked anymore.
Yeah, has been spotted. Kiki onto the Mag Rider doesn't have any gunner. She's running a Ranger onto the harasser, so you're not dealing any damage, vehicle damage. Here, yeah, Kiki goes down.
Well, that's a lot of nanites to lose this
Yeah.
early in the match. They might be able to pull again, but until then they're stuck with infantry. So we now have a VS beacon.
Yeah. VS beacon goes down. TR beacon is available. No spawn option as we can see, unfortunately, for the TR. One Mag Rider is burning. Got killed by a Ponder Maxis. But we know that TR are quite into a very slow push, but we are getting quite close to that 1 minute and 30 seconds mark where they definitely need to do something on the base, because you have infantry to kill and it will take time to kill those infantry, and there is some max just waiting to mow down infantry, some anti-infantry turrets as well that are manned. So yeah, it is quite impossible to push from the double doors.
But it looks to me like they're trying to build up some numbers in Banana Building for the TR.
Yeah, they're also regrouping around the small stairs. They are going for that two-pronged attack once again. And will it work? 30 seconds remaining into the timer. One Max is still alive. Doesn't go down. There is a second wall coming from outside the points room. So the point is contested from the TR. Unfortunately, 25 seconds remaining, and there is only VS sitting onto the point, so very few opportunities for the TR to try and come back. And it seems like our Material Lab, as I was a bit afraid of, goes for the VS. No spawn option available, impossible to deploy a Sunder. You can't really rely on beacons only and that
Oh, we
cap
do
goes
have a
through
spawn
4
option for the
VS.
TR, but they were too late. They had a nice beacon up on top of the tower that I just didn't see because I'm a goofball. Another one of the squads has placed their beacon on top of that vehicle pole in the L-shaped building.
No
Very
backup attempt.
interesting. If this is a tie, I'm gonna freak out.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but maybe a referee can confirm that. I don't know if we are supposed to have a tiebreaker round. I do believe that draw are allowed in the bracket phase. So right now could be a draw technically if the TR are not really able to retake that base.
That would be my favorite tiebreakers if Kiki and Negator to go and do the arm wrestling to decide who actually won. Alright, so TR just lost one of their spawn options. I don't know, are they allowed to rotate for spawn beacons?
What do you mean by rotate?
I don't know if it even works anymore, but you used to be able to switch people around between squads to place beacons.
Oh, if they have spawn options. You could technically, if it is working, yeah, you could technically do it if a player of your squad have the beacon timer. But the fact is, on a 12-man squad, you should be at least have one guy having that timer available. And the timer is not that long, but I believe that's 3 minutes.
For the TR. They sent a light assault up there to take it out. I'm curious if they're gonna cap the next base.
Yeah, I'm more curious about the fact that are they able to put a Sandra onto the base, because they will need a Sandra. There is no defense Sandra from the TR on the southeast of the base of Mani Lake Satellite, which is quite a good news for the VS if they were to even touch the point and get real serious about Mani Lake Satellite. But yeah, so far no Sandra. And what we like to talk about our friend. Yeah, go ahead.
The only VS that were on point are dead now, so I don't know if they're dedicating themselves to defending or if they're going to make another push. Because I see them trickling in over here at Aurora Materials, and I don't know if that's how they're going to take this base. Oh, those guys are napping. Oh no, that guy's alive.
Yeah, it will be impossible for the TR right now, as of right now, to just try and get serious over Aurora Material Lab. Because, yeah, 2 Mag Riders with anti-air capabilities, 1 Sandy available onto Banana Building, no way to sneak out the Sandra. You have a Valkyrie, no, that's from VS. So you only relies on beacons, and you can't do anything with beacons. Bashar, the 1v1 light assault duel, yeah, as expected, got the kill.
Well, I see 2 Valkyries for the VS. I'm wondering if they're gonna move up, but no, they're retreating now.
Yeah, it would be quite. I feel like to get real serious about a back cap is you tend to first send one guy with maybe a beacon, and you have a redeploy, and then you try to send that those Valkyries up and running. Big gal drop with some maxes. 3 maxes here right onto the roof, but you have Cast Valk right above your head. I'm quite amazed that nobody dies in the process, but the Calvac are still alive. Kiki takes down someone with the Tsar. Good job on her. But yeah, so far TR are inside the building.
And not facing up much challenge in recovery.
Yeah.
They've got 2 hostile maxes and some heavies with rocket launchers.
BC4.
Oh yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, pretty much you only have a lone NG. His max just got killed, and that's a huge defense from the VS. And yeah, the VS are like okay, we are a bit in a defensive mode. We are able to get some mag riders a bit greedier in terms of placement, so they are advanced a bit more onto the hill, not really facing the front lane they should be facing, and yes, TR really much got denied here with that gal drop, unfortunately, and that was a lot of nanites in the end wasted.
Well, there was a Valkyrie over at Many, but I think that was that VS attempt on the point was stopped in its tracks.
Yes, most likely what really happened. What about the air battle? We don't see... Yeah, oh my god, yeah. There is Moses coming from the arm station, which means that I do believe that size just got wiped, so we might have the air, but a slight advantage in terms of air compare for the TR right now. One lib, one size again, 3 to 4. Yes, 3 to 4 Moses up in the air. So yeah, so far air goes for TR, but you need to transition from that point. You having the air only to have the air is not really it is pointless. So you need to get a real serious with some vehicle. Terminal vehicle has been hacked, so we will see some Thunderers, but unfortunately for the Thunderer, there was some mag riders on the base.
Well, I'm waiting because they finally got that TR beacon, but now the TR spawns have gone down. Oh no, they do have one there, but it's not going to last long. Lightning's on it.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lightning has destroyed a Saurus Rex.
Yeah, the fact is, yeah, with you don't have anti-vehicle, like dedicated anti-vehicle play here from the TR. You only realize either on infantry, but yeah, pulling, you have to get rid of those mag riders if you want to do something. But the thing is, right now the VS are pretty much trapped inside that building. You can't go onto the offensive because, yeah, if you live inside the inside of the building of our Armatail lab, you are going to get wiped from the TR that are constantly onto the aggression.
Oof, this Max isn't gonna have a good time. He just tried to lock down and then thought better of it.
Not a good idea. Not optimal.
We actually have a we have a harasser inside this powerhouse building.
Really? Yeah, I know that you can do it. That's cheesy as hell.
You gotta spit on it, so it goes right through the door.
That's a Cobalt harasser, so yeah.
It's a good choice for inside of a building.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. It's going to be a nightmare in order to repush. The only way to really have a safe push is either from the small stairs or the double doors coming from server room. So yeah, the harasser is a pain, and you can't really go from an attack from that big stairs because you are facing to get run over by an angry harasser.
Well, they're taking advantage of that by focusing fire on these choke points at the small stairs.
With the lasher as well, a lot of spam damage.
You gotta combine your arms.
That Max is taking a lot of damage. Lucky for him, he has an NG for getting him. But yeah, not. We do have spawn beacons. We don't have those mag riders up and running anymore. It's the time for Sandra, for the TR to put a Sandra.
A little bit of tunnel vision over here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what these TR do. Oh, we actually were missing this fight over at Manny Lake. We had VS on the point.
Really? Finally?
Right? This is a harder building to defend, though, because you just have 2 entrances. They're both choke points, but there's not a lot. I mean, this building is just a grenade catcher.
Yeah, it's really too small to be a good point building. Or at least the base is not set up correctly.
15 minutes remaining. 15 minutes remaining.
15 minutes mark. That is the middle point of the round. We are still in a tight situation, but yeah, a small deny here on the back cap. But I do like the situation of the TR. No vehicles are up and running around the base, and we have 2 Thunderers.
Alright, so now TR has 2 buses up.
Yeah.
2 Invisibuses. And they've got 2 beacons up. And they're making that push from the doubles. Oh, let's see what happens. I'm kind of excited.
The RSR might go down. Yeah, the RSR is not prepared. There is a light assault trying to just destroy it. And now we also have some hair from the TR, and having that hair control, you can mow down infantry. Yes, that's a Banshee mostly. Just crash. Yeah, that's random. But yeah, that's a Banshee mosquito. Therefore, the goal is to to ground pound that spawn and just destroy any infantry trying to push. That's a war of nutrition, and it seems like TR just won that war.
TR just took the point.
Yeah, only
that last max just went down. Oh, it's one of those maxes that's gonna hop back up in a minute, give you a scare, and then die again. Yeah. Goodbye.
Hello, can he take down 1? Yes, but there is a medic around, and yeah, in general, that implant could be clutch, but in most cases is not clutch at all.
Well, the TR's air is not doing its job in terms of suppressing the spawn, because we've got...
Yeah, they got destroyed.
VS now is organizing at the big stair. They're planning running up that stair. Sure, okay.
Yeah, some TR alive on 2.1. Max is still up and running. 1DC right onto the face. He has an NG pocketing him, so yeah, unfortunately he will go down. Too much damage go through, and the VS will recap the points with a good max. I would say rush, but it's more like a max push compared to a rush.
Well, now we've got TR building up at the small stair again.
Yeah, they do like those small stairs.
They make me nervous.
There is the thing is they can't really group that much on the exterior because you have a cast valve from the VS, and with the cast 14 it is really difficult to stay alive. One good C4, unfortunately we have flak maxes here, will not go down as easily, but the clean is here for the VS, and that is quite a good push denied, and quite a lot of maxes killed on the TR side. So a lot of nanites invested for basically nothing.
I mean, maybe bragging rights later for the VS. Oh gosh, I'm struggling a little bit. It's the first time I've had to cast in maybe a year or 2. So hopefully people are watching you instead of me, because this is slightly embarrassing.
We have one Sunday trying to go inside the base from VOON, sorry, but hasn't been able to do so far. Will he be successful on this attempt? You have the barriers, you have the tool, you have to go to it full speed, and you can go into the future. There it is. It is.
I'm actually watching a harasser get destroyed over here at Manny Lake.
We have a sender right into the base on our material lab. What is going on Manny Lake Satellite? We do have one VS getting killed. And yeah.
And this the VS bus is about to go down as well. Alright, so the TR have their own harasser. We've got a spooky bus.
Yeah, it is surprise buses on Horror Material Lab. Is that Cobalt? Onto... Yeah, there is one Cobalt, and I believe that's the Bulldog clipped
It's
into...
a good combo. It's like a mullet, you know? Party, business in the front and party in the back.
Yeah, I believe that's a Bulldog on the rear. And clipped inside the building. And yeah, unfortunately, we do have some answers to destroy that bus coming from afar. And the Cobalt doesn't have a good angle here, unfortunately, to shoot down those TR.
Alright, so TR has control of the roof for the moment. Oh, the bus is gonna go. What a bummer. All that work
you had one RSA on the two RSA on the mountain, and now you have those Mosi finally getting some action onto the ground, denying the reinforcement coming from the spawn and allowing the gathering of TR around the building, even though there is not much TR to regather around, because we don't have, once again, has been the word here, we don't have spawn option. Oh no, never mind, we do have one around the banana building, a Cloxandra.
I've got one infiltrator over here at Manny Lake. If the VS can stay on point long enough, it's gonna flip it. Oh,
yeah, they should be able to stay on point on Aurora Material alive long enough for him to really cap. And there it is, we do have some action. Will be killed, unfortunately.
Well, dang. Alright, I'm heading back over to the other thing. Oh god, I just clipped into a wall.
But yeah, for VS, we are still... Good news, we can still try and go back to that, how to say, back cap, because we are still alive on the VS side on Horror Material Lab. So, back cap attempts are still doable, viable, and...
well, the beacon for the VS is still alive over here at Manny Lake. They better take that. That's VRTR better take it out if they want to stop this push. But it's just a slow trickle of infantry at Manny Lake.
8 minutes.
It's not enough to really make a difference. Oh my gosh, it's gotta be a tie. I'm freaking out. I'll get over it.
Still a lot of VS alive onto the point. A lot of maxes.
Right, the VS
not a lot, 2 maxes. We have quite the population of VS onto Manny Lake in terms of percentage, which can mean that there is not much TR or there is a lot of VS. And VS will take the pound. Sanaway TR, you have an infiltrator right behind you.
Oh.
Down to the commissioner. Will he get the kill? Sanaway versus the infield. The infield is invisible. Sanaway get the kill. Unfortunately, will not be able to do so. And the backup goes through for the VS.
I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Yeah, the fact is,
Bourbon can fix this.
Kill.
A
good kill, but
lady,
watch out,
right?
reinforcements are coming in. One medic, yeah, down to the commissioner. But a potato aim coming from the medic, yeah, but got the kill.
You still got him, nice play. Well, you better flip
That's
it back
a 1
fast.
for 1, that's the best case scenario for the TR.
It is true.
They have to, they have to hunt down for the beacons, if the beacon is still alive though. But
I don't
see
think any spawns for the VS here.
Oh, they have a buses. They have a bus right onto the
bus?
hill. Goes inside the base. No, you don't want to tip over. Okay, that's alright.
Oh no.
We have a bus. Is he able to deploy? We don't have that much tool. Yeah, we do have one bus. We have some buses. A good bus. But, yeah, in the end...
Well, look, they're playing it right in terms of you know, securing their spot, right? Because we've got just enough of the VS on point to stymie the TR push.
Yeah.
And they're frustrating them in terms of keeping the TR split up a little bit, but they got to push a little harder over here at Manny Lake if they want to get that last point and secure a victory for the whole match.
We should have a max push coming in from the TR. One onto the big stairs with 3 to 4 maxes. I believe that's 3. One has already been taken down. 2 having taken down, unfortunately. It was a bit too early as there was some maxes coming from small stairs. So 2-prong attack with a lot of maxes so far. No value have been found, unfortunately. A lot of nanite wasted, no res available for those maxes dead on small stairs, as well on big stairs. So good defense by the VS, but I think we are heading to a draw because we are in less than 5 minutes remaining into the second round. And yeah, if TR were to cap right now or Raw Material Lab, they will need to get a perfect cap without interruption. Same goes for the VS onto Mani Lake Satellite.
Well, I gotta say, I'm really impressed with both teams. They both displayed a lot of versatility in terms of gameplay and strategy and tactics.
Cap. We had that bad cap on Mani Lake Satellite. Unfortunately, that 1v1 goes the TR way, and back cap is dead.
Start fighting for real at any time now.
Sorry, my dog was just begging for treats. She's
Don't
adorable.
worry.
It's tough being that cute all the time.
Yeah, I do know for a fact. I have a cat and she's quite cute and she knows it. And yeah. Animals, what we would do for them. But yeah, I'm a bit afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit afraid that the VS missed on some opportunities to really get onto the action of Mani Lakes. We had some backcaps, but not really serious one. Only one infield, one bolt. You can get some cheeky kills, but you will not sustain a long drawn-out fight against one heavy and some reinforcement, unfortunately. So they never really got serious in terms of backcap, and they always try to stay on the defensive. And right now, neither team can cap a base, so the final score will be.
And I've got an infiltrator over here, but yeah, as you say, it's too late.
Yeah. 3 minutes remaining. 3 minutes.
I enjoyed it though. This was fun to watch.
Yeah. It would be great to have like that kind of a overtime system. So if a team were to start the timer, by the time the final timer hits 0, we enter overtime, and we are in overtime as long as there is a timer alive on the last base that has which is currently under attack. So it is not the case. Might be an interesting thing to have. At least because for the second round here, that could mean victory or go to tiebreaker. Or
OP is making a nice
2
push
minutes
for
remaining.
bridge.
2 minutes.
They might at least be able to start the point flipping.
Yeah, but that's
No cap,
not
but they might
worth
start
it. That's worthless, to be honest. Unfortunately, a good reinforcement from some maxes here. Couple of light assault ferries, C4 ferries, like we like to call it. Big res grenade. Unfortunately, yeah, everyone will be killed in the end. That will be the VS still in control of that room point, but the maxes are quite low and both goes down.
Oh dang! Oh wait, do we have a backup? Yes, we do.
Yes,
we have
we
a big
do.
old backup.
Yeah. And it's a more serious one this time, but like.
Well, they have the foothold that they need. Unfortunately, there's not enough time to complete it, but I appreciate the effort.
1 minute remaining.
Yeah.
Somebody gets a gold star.
We are more than a minute, which is definitely a bit less than what the TR managed to bring the timer on. I believe they were able to bring the timer to the mid-cap point. So we will see if the VS will be able to do it. So far, I quite like the number of medics sitting onto the points. Not few heavies, but a lot of sustainability with those red grenades available to 3 medics facing one door, so you have a lot of firepower there. And we are closing in onto that mid-cap point, and not lost for TR. They're just trickling down onto that point, and it is not enough, unfortunately.
Well, depending on whether I mean, there's so
2,
many good assault
1.
rifles depending on
End of match,
whatever
end of
class
match.
you're on. If you're an HV45 or Terminus
Congratulations
kind
to
of
both
person or
teams.
what?
The end result of this match is a tie, 1-1.
Oh,
Yes.
well played,
And
everybody.
Please,
we have the tie.
can the team reps join the waiting for the interview channel for the post-game interview?
Yes, and we do have some question to ask the team captains, which how they could have done better to get that back cap going, because we did see both teams really on the back foot. As soon as they capped Aurora Material Lab, they just didn't really care that much to push on onto Mani Lake Satellite, and just cared on staying alive onto Aurora Material Lab. So we will see on which team can answer that question. And we didn't really see that much of an air battle. Esamir is quite boring to even watch in the air, because it's just white background with some black dots here and there. But yeah, I do feel like in the second round that was the TR having the advantage of that air ball, but we will see with the team captain. But yeah, that was definitely well played, and both teams really on the same level, not in the same domain. Infantry side I would give to the TR, vehicle side I will give to the VS, air side a bit of both, to be honest. But yeah, that was a really well balanced match.
Flexibility is so important, and you have to be able to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses and play to them accordingly, and I think both sides did really well at that.
Yeah.
Lots of pats on the butt, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let you pat them on the butt.
Yeah, I do think that both teams could have been a bit more aggressive with vehicle, at least for the VS on first and second round. On plenty of occasion they had the advantage, and they were not willing to pull Sandra and put Sandra onto a base and cheese the hell out of a base. So yeah, we will see with the team captain what went wrong. So yeah, I don't know. I would just moving them here. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna
We could go down into the next channel. Either way. I'll see you there.
Yeah, sure.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
All right, they're coming.
Okay, cool.
Or I don't think I can.
They might
move
not
them.
have the permission, so we might.
Yeah, we have to go down to that channel.
Yeah.
You ready?
No,
Insufficient
we can...
user left your channel. Channel switched.
Yeah, Graham. Yeah, you got to move us up there if you want.
Yeah,
to.
we
Yeah.
had a mishap. So
We
here
have to
are.
move you up.
Yay.
Unfortunately, we
That's
don't
right.
have permissions. That's,
I don't even have permissions
we're
to
gonna.
move.
Okay, so you guys were having issues with that? Yeah, because you guys gave me the channel commander, and I couldn't make anyone priority speaker in our group too. So I think perms might just be a little fucky right now.
Yeah.
Well,
So.
it can
come to
also
our channel to
TeamSpeak.
So yeah, in the end, that's a draw. That was I was a bit afraid for the TR, because it seems like at least on the first round they didn't really had that much of vehicle control, and even sometimes air control were slipping out of their hands, and I was a bit afraid in the second round that they were just going to get steamrolled from the VS, which was not the case. So to both team captains, first and foremost, well played. That was a really interesting match to watch and cast, and really well balanced. But what was missing for both teams to really get that next base, next capture onto Money Lake, because both teams did struggle a lot to get that back cap up and running. So we will start with VOON, maybe. Well played. And what went wrong to get that back cap up and running and that timer really strong to that on Money Lake?
I'm sure Negator can chip in on this too, but I know for us, just being able to get the spawns alive there. So we knew that they were going to have a very strong infantry team. So if we pulled too many bodies off of that Aurora mat, we'd run the risk on losing that cap and, get the back cap in, because they kept the pressure on consistently. Yeah. And so for the second one, we started trying to just filter in bodies here and there, trying to get over to Manny Lake, but they kept. If I had to say, personally, I think they kept a lot more at Manny Lake there than they needed. But the flip side on that was that we were never really able to get set up because our spawns were getting cut as soon as we try to set up on Manny Lake. We try to poke the point, we'd be able to stay there for about 30 seconds and then it kicked off. So just getting logistics so that we could confidently move everybody else off was extremely difficult. Negator, what do you think?
Agreed.
Yeah, even though you had with props to your Magrider pilots, where they were quite dominant during the first round and at least to the middle of the second round. And with those Magriders, you had that upper hand, I would say, on the ground in terms of vehicle, and it's kind of a shame that you didn't escort much your Thunders and have a big ball of vehicle coming onto Manny Lake Satellite. But it's true that the TR were able to really harass you onto our material lab. It might be the same story for the TR on the first round. As soon as they capped our material lab, they had some issue going onto Manny Lake Satellite because they never really had the control of the vehicle bay and even the vehicle in general onto the lane. So what could you improve on to get that cap up and running onto Manny Lake for Sanaway and Higgy?
Yeah, so I mean, it's funny that you say that the VOON say that they struggled in the second round. It was like two symmetrical rounds where we struggled in the first round because we didn't have any vehicle control. Our air was really struggling, and we couldn't get our spawn options. I think we only got spawn option once at Manny Lake, which we didn't capitalize on. We did try a couple of other things that didn't work out as well. But yeah, we kept trying to go for Manny Lake, whereas in the second round, we had the air control. We didn't have vehicle control. You guys, your Mag Riders did a number on us, but yeah, I think our air control in the second, or our better air control in the second round, helped us sort of maintain the pressure on Aurora materials and stop you from getting out.
Yeah, that air control on the second kind of limited us to, pulling sneaky vehicles to try to get back over to that side instead of just being able to move aircraft over. Any aircraft we pulled at that second one just wasn't getting the point.
That's good for us to hear.
Do you feel like the lane favors on the let's take for example the first round favors TR to cap our material lab, but favors the VS to deny any back cap to temp because the biolab is so close compared to the station. So you have quicker reinforcement in terms of air and vehicle.
I'm not sure so much because Manny Lake and Freya Geothermal are very close to their home bases, so the benefits negate each other. But I mean, this is a personal thing, but I think Aurora Materials is too easy to hold. Like, I think you could have held that point with at least 6 less people, because at one point I think you had most of your team inside the 8-point.
We had about 20 plus.
To be honest,
that's quite a lot.
Yeah,
we were very committed to not losing that point.
Yeah, I thought so.
And that's the problem with Aurora Materials is the middle base, right? Because you can get total air and vehicle superiority like the TR had that second round, and it doesn't matter because you can't touch point with them.
Yeah. And one of the things that we found too for both them and for us, the maxes were a big deciding factor on that fight there. So On the second round, we had the Maxes defending. They couldn't bash back in. On the first one, they brought Maxes in. That Max crash at the end there, that steal. Actually, I want to give you guys props on that. We were not expecting that to happen. That was a really good play on that first one for the cap steal. But yeah, the push in on the Maxes there, it was very difficult to try to defend against that.
Yeah, you negated it on the second round by taking out our spawn option. I tried to call it to do it a lot earlier because I could see you had 3 Mag Riders just prowling the base, and we had to try and do it earlier, but we just couldn't get people up in time, so we couldn't steal the cap the second round.
Yeah, I feel like for TR it was a lot harder to get spawn option onto our material lab, coming from the biolab, technically coming from behind the base. In terms of flow, we would tends to see the attacking team coming from the arm station and defending team coming from the biolab. So, Graham, do you have any question for our guest?
I don't know. I don't have any questions, but I got to say it was a great match to watch, and it was very clear that everybody understood their strengths and the weaknesses of their teams, and you guys played to that, and it made a really great match to watch. So thanks for that.
Oh. Well, if we looked like we knew what we were doing, it sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Whatever it takes.
This went a lot better than our Thursday practice match, let's just say that.
Failing upward is a real thing. Let's be real here.
Hey, man, I mean, we'll take it. We'll take what we get.
No.
Yeah, so, guys, do you know your next opponent, next lane that you are going to play? What is them just... for your next opponent, are you a bit afraid of them? Are you like stressed, chill, or do you feel like you need to improve a lot more to re-get that victory in the end? Because that's still a draw. You need to get victories to get to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So that looks like a fair many. So the lane they're doing next time is fair to Manny. So that's lane 5 is a really fun one. But I don't think all the details have been determined just yet. That's May 10th, so you've got some time to prepare. Now that I'm
for
done
OP
interrupting.
or VOON, are you talking?
So that's for VOON. For OP,
yes,
for OP,
we're
playing on
against
May
GSG on our next team.
I'm not sure about OP. Sanaway's the strategy man. Are they any good?
I
just turned up on a day.
We're playing against ASFX in which order ever. I think, to be honest, I don't know in which lane. I've already forgotten. I've been focused on this match for today completely.
Big lane.
It's Kawadi to Wokuk.
Okay, thanks. The point is, at least I know they think they have a way better air than we have. They have been a bit unfriendly about that, let's say it that way. So I think we're all playing, a lot of us are playing for the LaneSmash for the first time. We want to get better, we want to have fun, we want to play. On my side, I want to beat ASFX. I don't care so much about the other teams, but after their not so friendly tone last time I talked to them, I want to beat these guys.
Okay, so we have some
loves a good
rivalry.
red
Bit of beef going on.
That's great.
We'll give our best to beat them. If it's not working, okay. I think the team doesn't care too much. We're all playing to learn and have fun.
Yeah.
And
Get ready for the trash talk over the L.
yeah.
I do have a question. Is there a chance we could get some arm wrestling to solve this draw?
I got you. Who wants
Yeah, I was gonna say Negator's got this one.
We'll get our biggest guy. We'll see how strong he is.
So let's say if you come to Germany and try me, I don't want to fly to the US in the moment, but if you come, why not?
Well, they did cancel Oktoberfest, so the next really fun thing has been canceled in Germany. So we're just gonna have to make our own.
No.
And say, as far as ours though, we're excited for our next match too, because our GSG is GSLD, and they were the ones that we already had a practice match with. That let's say there was room for improvement on that practice match.
And you also know your because GSLD and VOON
we know each other pretty well.
From Emerald, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so all I'll say is that we're looking forward to that one.
Yeah, great. So yeah, I think that's going to be it. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and it was once again a real pleasure to cast your game. As far as Graham, it was a real pleasure to co-cast with you. And as for LaneSmash, we are coming back tomorrow, and I believe tomorrow morning, because at 5 UTC we have a match between YLBT versus Dump. YLBT playing TR, Dump playing VS onto the lane Ganon to Beetle. So a very interesting match. That's the C bracket, if I'm not mistaken. No, never mind, B bracket. So in terms of level, should be around yours, the level that we had today for that OP versus VOON. Really looking forward. Then we have actually a lot of matches, 4 matches actually. We have CI versus Sons, GETR versus TMNT, and GSG versus RSPC. So a lot of matches to be played tomorrow. So thank you very much, guys, and stay tuned for more PlanetSide. Bye bye.
Thanks, people.
See you later.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks very much. Thanks for
Good luck,
casting.
VOON.
GG, guys.
GG.
Oh, casting's the easy job. You get the best seat in the house.